holding for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4, and then holding at the bottom of the exhale for a count of 4. So envisioning in your mind as we breathe, going along the outside edges, and I'll help by counting us down a little bit. So if everybody's in a comfortable seated position, we're going to go ahead and take a big inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom of that exhale. 3, 4. And then we'll start the swear again. And no worries if we can't hold the breath to the count of 4. It's a practice. So just go for as many counts as you can comfortably make and work from there. Starting again, breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Holding at the bottom of the exhale. 3, 4. Again, inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold. 3, 4. Take 2 more rounds at your own pace. Go ahead and inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Inhale. Exhale. And hold. One more time. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. And hold. Fantastic. Whenever you're ready, we're going to start our practice today in child's pose, which is an interesting place to start, but I feel like what better way to start over than in the pose of a child. So we're going to come back with the tops of our feet flat on the mat, toes together to touch. You can take this 2 ways with legs wide for a wide-legged child pose, or you can bring the thighs together and slowly hinge at the waist, fold forward over the thighs, reaching the arms to the top of the mat. If the head doesn't touch the mat, that's perfectly okay. Maybe we stack our forearms as a pillow for our head. Getting comfortable here, breathing in and breathing out. With each inhale and exhale, feeling the body drop just a little closer to the earth. Settling in, feeling that earth energy on this bright sunny morning. Exhaling, letting go of any worries, any doubts as we begin our practice, and focusing on our breath. On the next inhale, we're going to come back up and start our practice in tabletop, our active practice in tabletop. So coming onto hands and knees, palms spread wide on the mat, rooting through the fingertips and the thumb mounds, pressing into the earth, imagining a long line of energy from crown to tailbone. And we're going to start with some hip bumps from here. So we're going to inhale, bump the hips to the left, bump the shoulders to the left, and kind of bring the gaze to look towards the toes, feeling that nice stretch in the neck. And then we're going to flow with it. Inhale, come back to center, Exhale, bump the hips to the right and the shoulders to the right. Look for the toes. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the right. Seeing if we can slow our movements to feel the deep stretch in the left side body and in the neck. Take 2 more rounds, so 1 more on each side at your own pace. Remembering to move with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And this time when we come back through center, we're going to set up for thread the needle arms. So this is a great shoulder stretch and opening of the chest and the heart area. So breathing in, we're going to root through the right palm and the right knee. Inhale, take the left arm high to the sky. Maybe look at the fingertips. Exhale, swoop the arm under the front body, coming down to the shoulder. If this is too far and you have some aches and pains, maybe just come here and rest on the forearm. If we're going all the way down, use that right arm as kind of a kickstand and get just as much stretch as feels comfortable. We want about a 5 sensation. Anything over that might be a little much. See if we can feel the stretch in the neck. Remembering to breathe in and out. On our next inhale, we're going to come up and switch to the other side. So root through the left side body, getting strong in the palms and the fingertips. And then we're going to inhale, bring the right fingertips high, open the chest, shine the heart forward. Maybe look at the fingertips. Exhale, swoop that arm down and under the front side of the body. Checking in with our hips to see if they're still square to the front of the mat. Seeing if we can feel the stretch on both sides of the obliques. Remembering to breathe in and exhale. See if we can relax a little further into the pose. On the next inhale, we're going to come back through center. Maybe roll out the wrists a little bit since we've been there for a few minutes. And we're going to set up for a balancing pose. So staying in this tabletop, if that's comfortable. And we can do this a couple ways. We're going to do balancing table or bird dog pose. So rooting through the right knee, right palm. And we're going to send the left foot out and back and flex the foot. And kind of just bringing it parallel to the ground. We're not going to raise it all the way up like in three-legged dog, just keeping a parallel line. And if this is enough, stay here, engage the core. Or if we'd like to add more, we're going to reach the right arm forward, palm facing down, to create this long line of energy. Keeping the gaze down so we don't strain the neck. Kicking that foot back. Almost imagining as if someone's got a hold of your ankle and a hold of your wrist, pulling in each direction. Remembering to squeeze through the glutes and thighs. Keep strong. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and lower back down. And we're going to go to the other side. So root through the left side, knees and palms, always remembering to take a wrist roll, honor the body if this hurts. We're going to go ahead and kick the right foot out and back, keeping this parallel line. If this is enough, stay here, engage the glutes and the core. If we want to add another layer, we're going to take the left arm out, palm facing down. Gaze facing down. Remembering to breathe in and out. Always keeping with the breath. That's the most important part of yoga. Not how much you can balance or how flexible you are. Can you breathe and honor your body? Fantastic. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and lower down. We're going to take a couple rounds of cat-cow to kind of counteract some of that activity. So if we're not familiar with cat-cow, we're going to do that tabletop hands and knees. We're going to inhale, open the chest, lift the gaze forward, lower the pelvis towards the earth so we have a little bit of arch in the back towards the ground. Inhale, smile, it's a beautiful day. Exhale, lift the pelvis, lift the back, round, pushing through the palms, kind of like a Halloween cat. You can let the head hang here. Inhale, flowing with the breath, drop the pelvis, lift the heart and the gaze. Inhale for cow. And exhale, moving into cat, lifting the pelvis. Dropping the head. 2 more rounds at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling. Awesome job, everybody. We are going to come to a seat on our bottom, sending the legs out long. This is Dandasana, or staff pose, lifting the crown towards the sky, creating a long line of energy from the tailbone to the crown. Sitting up tall, taking a slight bend in the knees. It's a less active pose, but the longer we hold, you can maybe start to feel all of your muscles turning on to keep you in this upright position. From here, we're going to do a little core work. So we're going to come down to our backs for a moment, and I want everybody to have their pillow. And we're going to take this between the knees. So if you were in a studio, you might have a block. We're going to use our pillows. And this is going to help stabilize the legs for this next pose. I'm going to move like this so everybody can see. Here. We'll try to move so everybody can see what we're going to do. So we're going to come down. Getting comfortable here. Maybe bringing the shoulders a little under the back body. Getting settled, coming back to the breath. Okay, from here, we're going to bring the legs into the air, kind of at a 90-degree angle from the backs of the thighs, so creating this right angle here. We're going to keep the toes soft, but engage the core, keeping the hands down at the sides. We're going to inhale, lower the toes to the earth just to tap. Exhale, bring the legs back up. So we're doing a little bit of a core warm up here before we move into some boat poses. So inhale, lower down with control, tap the floor, or the earth rather. Exhale, bring the legs back up. Trying to see if we can keep this 90-degree angle. If we need to squeeze that pillow a little more, that'll help keep that straight. So inhale, lower down, engage that core, engage those thighs. Exhale, bring it back up to the right angle. 2 more times. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Fantastic. From here, you can rest the toes for just a second while we set up. Take the hands behind the back of the neck for support. And we're going to pop those knees and those feet back up at that 90-degree angle. And then we're going to do little lifts and work the other part of our abdominals. So inhale, lift the head and the chest up. Exhale, lower down. Squeeze that pillow if your legs want to go all over the place. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale, lower down with control. 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up, exhale down. Good job, everybody. I know you're like, wait a minute, I thought this was yoga, not a workout. Okay, we can, at this point, why is it, there we go. We can remove the pillow, and I'm going to come up for a second so we can set up for some boat poses. Before we get into boat, if anybody wants to take a knees to chest to roll out that lower back, you're more than welcome. That looks like this, coming onto the back and pulling the knees into the chest, stretching that lower back. Rocking back and forth. And this is always an option whenever we feel a little tension in that low back. You can always come to knees to chest. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet back up in a seated position. I'm losing all the things from my pockets. Get back on. Okay. So boat pose, which some of you may know, and you're like, oh, that's the core workout. Not necessarily. It's more of a balancing pose, and we're going to play with that today. So nothing too serious. I'm going to face this way so we can get a good view. So boat pose, we're going to start in that staff pose or Dandasana with the legs straight and crown tall, setting up for good alignment here. And we're going to take the feet and bend the knees and plant the feet on the ground. So now we have this nice bend in our legs. And once we're here, I want everybody to take the arms and kind of give your thighs a big hug. From here, we're going to lengthen the spine and reach the crown forward. And I want you to see how this feels different. How we get that opening in the chest, opening in the shoulders, stretch in the back. And I want you to remember how this feels when we move into boat, because this is what we're looking for in the upper body. So exhale, go ahead and release the hug, and we're going to take the hands to the back of the knees, and we're going to start to slowly lift the feet and play with balancing on our sits bones. So we can feel the abs and the core kick on here. And we're going to just start with playing with holding the backs of the knees and getting the feet kind of at this, it's a little wider than a 90-degree angle, but a straight line from knee to ankle here. Seeing if we can replicate that feeling when we were hugging the back of our knees, opening the chest, lifting the heart, keeping that neck a little bit soft so that we're not craning or straining, remembering to bring the shoulders down and away from the ears, and most importantly, breathe. Breathing in and out. In and out. Feeling free to drop the toes and touch down to the earth whenever we need a break, whenever we feel we can't keep with the breath. Another good tip is to hug those knees together to help engage the glutes, engage the thighs, and engage the core. Breathing in and breathing out. And tapping down for a break whenever we need. So that is phase 1 of boat. Phase 2 of boat, if phase 1 was reachable, you could try for phase 2, which is coming back up in that angle, lifting the heart forward, trying not to round the spine, and letting go of the thighs. Bringing the arms towards the feet, parallel to the ground. Trying not to sacrifice that alignment in the chest. Remembering to tap the toes down. You could do one leg at a time too, if that feels good. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 If you're a practiced yogi and boat is in your practice, phase 3 would be to lift the legs all the way. And it is totally okay to fall out of this pose while you play. Remember, it's a practice, so we don't get there overnight, and this is what I'm still working on. Phase 3 is lifting those legs all the way straight and then taking the arms out. So your body would be in a V with heart open. I'm gonna move this way. I'm in like a divot on the ground. There we go. So just playing and seeing. And every day is gonna be a little different. There are days where I'm stronger in my boat and days where I am here. Because alignment and breath are most important, making sure we aren't causing harm to the body and that we're breathing. So that is boat pose. So you can play with this at home if you'd like. And everybody assumes that it's just a core workout, but actually, who feels their hips right now? I do. So this is a fantastic exercise for the hip flexors and the hip abductors, which is also a really great way to alleviate your knees. If you have knee issues and a little bit of knee pain, the more you strengthen your hips, the more they will do some work and take some pressure off of the knees. And then I was going to my last demonstration. If you want to strengthen this at home and you have a scarf or a belt, a great way to strengthen and build alignment is to take the strap to the bottom of the feet and to hold. So you can use your arms to pull your chest into that alignment so we keep the pressure off of the low back. And it helps to stabilize the breath. So that's a good way that you can build strength at home and practice this pose. So, moving to a stand from here, I want everybody to get into a cross-legged position, if you'd like, and see if you can come to a stand without using your hands. So just kind of using that core and upper body in your balance. If this is not in your practice, feel free to use your hands or meet us in a stand however you would like. It is your yoga, not mine. Remember, everything is a suggestion. Standing tall, coming to mountain pose with arms to the side, crown lifted high. Breathing in and breathing out. Coming back to breath if boat pose got us a little shaky. I think I'm still in the middle. Here we go. Spreading the toes, grounding the feet into the earth. Feeling this long line as if you're the connection between earth and sky. Breathing in, feeling the chest rise, breathing out, feeling the chest fall. From here, we're going to do a warrior flow. So we're going to step the left foot back at I think that is a 45-degree angle, and then adjusting the front leg, maybe moving it forward if we need to, putting a bend in that front knee so that our knee is stacked over ankle. Getting strong here, checking in with our hips, checking in with our crown and our core. Breathing in, sending the arms out long for warrior 2. This probably looks familiar. Checking in with your arms, seeing if you can keep the front and the back arm at the same height. Maybe focusing the gaze out over the front arm, picking a focus for practice. Fantastic. Inhale. See if we can squeeze the thighs closer together in theory, energetically, rather than in space. And imagine hugging the mat or the blanket up underneath you. So that helps us get tall in our warrior 2. Big inhale. Exhale, we're going to do triangle pose. So lengthen that front knee, front leg, keeping in mind not to lock out our front knee, so keeping a little micro bend there if we need to, sending the right fingertips down, checking in here, and sending the left fingertips to the sky, bringing the front body down, so we're kind of parallel to the ground with the upper body, coming down just as what feels good to you. If we aren't touching the ground, you can touch your ankle or your shin. All of that is okay. I tend to sprinkle the fingertips on the ground to help with balance. Breathing in, maybe finding a focal point, seeing if we can get strong in those legs again. Exhale, we're going to bring the left arm down to the ground or to the shin, rotate the front body, and go to the other side. So chest still parallel to the earth, opening to the outside of the right leg, sending the right arm long. Inhale, nice and strong here. Exhale, go ahead and sweep it back down. We're going to frame the front foot, put a bend back in that front knee. You can come up on the ball of the back foot, so we're facing the front of the mat now. Getting strong here, stacking knee over ankle, making sure we don't let that ankle go too far, or knee, go too far over the front toes, because that could cause injury. So we want to stay in this alignment. We're going to practice with a baby warrior or a baby warrior 3 or humble warrior. So getting strong, rooting through that front leg, through that right thigh and foot, pressing into the mat. We're going to see if we can lift those fingertips towards the back body behind us, maybe interlacing them behind the back for humble warrior or baby warrior 3. Taking care to engage through those thighs and not drop too far onto that front knee. Just playing with what feels comfortable. If you need to use the hands to stabilize yourself on the knee or on the thigh, I recommend putting them on the thigh, then do that. Remembering to honor your body where it is. And exhale, we're going to lift up, coming into warrior 1, so we can adjust ourselves, stepping the back foot forward if we need to for balance, squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Breathing in, getting steady, sending the hands high for warrior 1, gazing forward at a non-moving balancing point. I was going to say probably don't look at me because I'm probably moving just a little bit. Pick a blade of grass or a tree. Exhaling, bringing those shoulders down and away from the ears. Relaxing. Exhale, we're going to drop the back arm towards the back leg. Maybe take a little back bend for reverse warrior. Fantastic. Inhale, we're going to come all the way back to Tadasana, where we started. Coming back to breath, remembering steady breath is the most important part of yoga, not how well we balance or how flexible we are. Inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to take it to the other side. So putting that left foot forward. I'll rotate a little bit so everybody can see. And then sending the right foot back at that 45-degree angle, setting up for another warrior 2. Your hips can be facing out. They don't need to be facing forward, because if you played with that, you would start to feel the torque on that knee, and we don't want that. We want to let our knee be gentle and relaxed a little bit. Adjusting, so we're stacking knee over ankle, getting stable, hands out for warrior 2 again. Inhale, getting strong in those legs. Exhale, we're going to rotate upper body forward, parallel to the ground. Send the left fingertips down to the earth or the shins or the thigh. Rotate the chest outward, lifting the left fingertip or right fingertips high, for triangle. And seeing if we can straighten that front leg just a little bit. We never want to lock out our knees when we're doing these standing poses. So engaging through the quads helps with this. Exhale, go ahead and rain those right fingertips down towards the ground or the shin or the ankle. Rotate the upper body towards the left side, bringing that left arm high to the sky, maybe looking at the fingertips or a tree. Remembering to check in with those legs and ankles and knees. Fantastic. Inhale. Exhale. Rain the hands down to frame that front foot, setting up for this baby warrior 3 or humble warrior, putting a bend back in that front knee. Getting strong through the left quad, left foot, spreading the toes. Inhale, see if we can lift the hands behind us, interlace the fingertips behind the back. Remembering to engage through the glutes and the quads. We don't want to dump our whole body weight into our thigh. If we need to use the thigh and come up a little bit as a balancing point, please do so. Wherever we are, from here we're going to come back up into Warrior One. Breathing in, getting tall, rotating that back foot forward onto the ball of our foot if we haven't already. Keeping a bend in the front knee, checking in with the hips, facing forward. Inhale, hands high for Warrior One. We're letting the shoulders relax away from the ears, engage the thighs to keep us strong in our stance, finding our focal point, and when we're ready, taking the right arm to the right leg. Inhale, tall. Exhale, slight back bend for reverse warrior. Inhale, up. Step the left foot back up to meet the right, and we're back in Tadasana. Breathing in and breathing out, coming back to breath. Feeling that strength, thanking your body as we've climbed that mountain. And now we'll take it to a little bit more of a slow down stretch and restore. So from here, we're going to do a forward fold. So inhale, arms up, swan dive it down, hinging at the hips. Keeping the feet planted, maybe moving them hip width distance apart if this helps with balance. Fingertips or hands to the ground is not the goal. It is to stretch the back and the hamstring. So if we need to have our hands at our shins or our calves, wherever you need to place them, you will still feel that stretch. If you have really tight hamstrings, you're already feeling it. Inhaling and seeing if on the exhale we can just drop a little closer to the earth. Remembering to keep a slight bend in those knees. Inhaling into a halfway lift, flat back, so that's coming up at this 90-degree angle, stretching the crown forward, straight line crown to tailbone. Exhale, we're going to lower down to hands and the balls of the feet for plank pose, just for a second. Feeling that strength, engage that core, keeping tall through the glutes and the back. Exhale, go ahead and lower it down, all the way to the belly. Leaving the hands placed at the side body at chest level like this. On your next inhale, we're going to breathe in, lift the chest and the heart forward, cobra. You can do baby cobra or full cobra. Remembering to keep the glutes and the legs soft so we don't injure our back. You can play with cobra a little bit, maybe coming up, breathing in, exhaling, coming down. Breathing in, feeling the belly inflate underneath you. Exhale, soften the belly and come down. From here, we're going to push up and back, sending the hips back to meet the heels in child's pose once more. Maybe if you took it legs together, maybe take it wide leg this time. If we took a wide leg child's pose, maybe try putting the thighs together. Wherever we are, meeting in some form of child's pose with arms towards the front of the mat, bringing the shoulders down and away from the ears, returning to breath. Seeing if we can soften on each exhale just a little more. On the next inhale, take the biggest inhale you've taken all morning. Inhale and go ahead and sigh it out the mouth audibly. Maybe try this 2 more times. Inhale big, exhale. Feeling how when we do that audible exhale, our shoulders just relax into the earth. Inhale big, exhale, relax. On the next inhale, we're going to come up and meet in a seat on our bottom with our legs out long, the staff pose again. Okay, from here, getting tall, we're going to take a seated forward bend, and you can adjust your legs as needed. If legs together out straight doesn't work for you, feel free to maybe take them hip width distance apart and still hinge at the waist and fold forward. Remembering that the goal is not to grab the feet and bring your head all the way down. It is just to stretch, feeling the stretch in the hamstrings and the lower back. From here, I'd like to invite everybody to take a bend in the knee and see how this feels different. We're still seated forward bend, seeing if we can reach a little deeper without rounding the spine. Remembering to keep the heart forward, crown tall. Maybe with this big bend in the knee, we can reach the feet. Maybe we walk them out a little further if this feels good. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the crown, lengthen the spine. Exhale, relaxing into the fold. Maybe on the next inhale, seeing if you can feel the back inflate a little bit. If you like this pose at home, maybe play with, if we're tight in the hamstrings, maybe play with over time walking the feet out. It's a great way to build flexibility. Knowing that wherever you are today is perfectly okay. It is your practice. From here, we're going to go ahead and come onto our back, winding down, bringing the knees into the chest. So you can take this as deep as you'd like. If you are able to pull the thighs all the way to the chest, fantastic. If our knees are if our feet are closer to the ground, that is also okay. Just remember to relax those shoulders and grip the legs wherever feels comfortable. Seeing if we can feel that stretch in the low back and sacrum, maybe rocking from left to right or side to side. Thanking the lower back for all the work it did for us just now and for all it does for us every day. And from here, we're going to drop the knees to the left, just as we are, coming into a supine twist. You can bring the arms out to a T, focusing on letting the shoulders stay flat to the earth. So if our knees aren't all the way over, you can place your pillow between your knees and the ground or in between the legs, to help you get that stretch without feeling like you're straining. Taking some deep breaths here. Feeling this twist get into that solar plexus chakra, wringing out any negativity, any doubt. Breathing in and exhaling, dropping, falling closer to the earth, and feeling the earth push back and support you. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, bringing the knees back through center, dropping them to the right. So arms stay the same. If they need a break, you can bring them down to your sides. If we feel any tingling in the arms, that's usually the body telling us, okay, maybe let's bring the arms down. Remembering to use our pillow between the knees if we need. Breathing in, feeling the sun on your face, and exhaling, feeling the support of the earth underneath. With our next inhale, we're going to bring the knees back up to this knee to chest, giving ourselves a hug. Maybe take some circles with the knees like we're drawing a circle in the sky, starting clockwise. And then maybe switching directions counterclockwise. Rolling out that low back sacrum area. And whenever you're ready, we're going to take a happy baby. So keeping these knees towards the chest, kicking the feet up into the air. You can grab for the backs of the thighs, for the calves, for the shins, or for the feet, bringing the arms to the inside of the legs here, or outside if you're reaching for thighs. And seeing if we can breathe in, inhale, draw the knees closer to the front body, leaving the shoulders and back relaxed onto the earth, relaxing through the head and the neck. Happy baby is more about the legs than the upper body, so have no fear if we're not grabbing our big toes or our feet. As long as we're feeling the stretch in the hamstrings and the hips, the thighs. Maybe we take some movement in our happy baby and rock back and forth, knowing that it's okay if we fall over. And on the next exhale, we're going to lower down to our final resting pose, or Shavasana, making sure that we have our eye pillows handy. We're going to need those. The eye pillows help us in meditation to focus inward when we take away the outside distractions. Getting comfortable here. If it's not comfortable to bring the legs long, if we're feeling tension in our low back, you can put a bend in the knees and put the pillow under the knees if that feels good. Finding any last movements like an overhead stretch, bringing the arms over the head if you'd like. And exhaling, releasing them down, settling in. Maybe walking the shoulders a little bit under the front body. Maybe tucking the chin just a tad. start to notice the breath from here. So I want to invite everybody to place a hand on their belly and place a hand on their heart. And this is called yogic breath or complete breath. And I want you to feel as we inhale, feeling the belly rise. Inhale a little more and feel the chest rise. And as we exhale, feel the sternum drop and then the belly drop, navel to spine as we expel all of the air out of the lungs. Breathing in, feeling the hand rise as the belly lifts and expands. Feeling the chest press back against the palm. Exhale, feeling the chest drop and the belly drop. Almost as if they were waves on the beach coming up the shore, breathing in, envisioning those waves climbing the beach. Exhaling and seeing the water recede back into the ocean. 2 more rounds of breath at your own pace. As we let our breath come back to an unobserved natural state, we want to think about the intention from the beginning of class. That coming back to living with intention, refreshing and renewing in this new year. Maybe we haven't yet set a goal for the year, or maybe we've set many goals and we're already feeling a little bit overwhelmed, which is totally normal and okay. But for today's meditation, I want you to pick an intention. And an intention doesn't have to be a specific measurable task, like I'm gonna walk the dog 3 days a week. An intention can be, I want to cultivate more peace in my life, or I want to be present in the moment more often. So if you haven't set an intention for this year, maybe go big. Or if we're feeling overwhelmed by all the little things that we're trying to put into place or get back to, maybe just pick one thing to focus on for the coming month. Just one thing. Whatever your intention is, I want you to visualize what your life will look like when you've achieved this goal. How will you feel? Take a moment to tap into that feeling. What joy or peace or triumph, how will that feel? Create a mental snapshot of this moment. Where are you when you meet your goal? What's the weather like? Who is with you in that moment, congratulating you on meeting your goal? Continue to breathe peacefully, bringing to life that vision of success. As we solidify this snapshot of what it will look like when we meet our intention, I want you to take your arms across your chest, palms open, placing them on the shoulder chest area. So almost kind of like you're giving yourself a hug there. And with this arm placement, while we're holding ourselves in loving care. As we begin to inhale and exhale together, we're going to slowly pat the palms on the chest and shoulders, one at a time, as if they are footsteps on the beach. So go ahead and breathe, inhaling, and begin tapping those open palms on the chest and on the shoulders. One at a time, slowly, as if we're walking, helping to tap in this positive image. Taking 2 more rounds of breath. And when you're ready, we can go ahead and still the hands, release the body back to the earth. Taking one final breath in and out. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, maybe bringing movements into the wrists and the ankles, maybe nodding the head yes and no. And as we begin to rejoin the world around us, you can roll onto your side in the fetal position if you like. We're going to meet sitting upright. However you get there is up to you. It'll be a little bright as the eye pillow comes off. I want to thank everybody for, first and foremost, taking time for yourself and for your health in this new year. You're doing a fantastic job wherever you are, whatever you're doing this week. And I want to thank you for joining me this morning. So with hands to heart, I wish you the best day. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. All right.